Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, wakafa wa salamun ala ibadi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. My honorable elder and younger, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today is our topic, concept of tawakkul in the light of Quran Majeed. According to the Arabic lexicon, the word tawakkul implies total reliance on Allah. Some of the Muslim thinkers take tawakkul as a antithesis of fat bear, which means deliberation, planning, management, or contrivance. Certain other scholars, however, do not find any difference between these terms. They say it is incumbent upon every Muslim to deliberate, plan, and contrive before embarking upon any major or minor scheme, and only thereafter leave its result to Allah. This is the tawakkul. They say, as enunciated in Quran Majeed and Hadith. Let us see what Quran Majeed say about tawakkul. This last of the divine scriptures extant on earth today has laid emphasis at several places to have reliance upon Allah as a matter of faith. Short of that reliance, there is neither faith nor Islam. To quote a few instances, Rabbul Mashriq wal Maghrib, La ilaha illa huwa fattakhizu wakila. He is the Lord of the East and the West. There is no God but He. So takes Him as your pattern. Kul wa Rabbi la ilaha illa huwa alayhi tawakkaltu wa ilayhi unib. Say, He is my Lord. No one is worthy of worship, but upon Him I rely, and to Him is my return. وقال موسى يا قوم إن كنتم آمنتم بالله فعليه توكلوا إن كنتم مسلمين. And Moses said, O my people, if you have believed in Allah and then put your trust in Him, if you are Muslim. On the authority of the Quranic verses mentioned, some Muslim mystics denounces contrivance altogether for fear of ignoring the first cause, the Creator. They negate, therefore, all planning or seeking ways and means of doing a thing. In this context, it would be interesting to relate the story of the voyage made by Hazrat Zanun Misri Rahmatullah alayh, he says, I traveled for years, but I could attain tawakkul only once in the real sense. Once during the voyage, my ship broke into pieces. I rode a wooden plank of the ship. My heart spoke to me that if Allah had already willed to let me drown, this plank would not be of any avail to me. I therefore abandoned the plank and fell into the river, but did reach the shore. These Muslim mystics who discord Tadbir generally put forward the following verses of the Quran and Majeed in support of their advocacy of total tawakkul. وَمَا مِن دَابَةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا اللَّهُ رِزْقُهَا, and there is not a moving creature on the earth whose sentences, whose sustenance does not depend upon Allah. وَكَأَيٍّ مِن دَابَةٍ لَا تَحْمِلُ رِزْقَهَا اللَّهُ يَرْزُقُهَا وَإِيَّاكُمْ. And how many animals are there and do not carry the means of their sustenance? Allah provide for them as well as for you. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِي, and when I fall ill, He cures me. In the light of the mentioned verses of Quran and Majeed, the mystics consult uphold that by tawakkul is meant reposing one total reliance in all matters in Allah and himself doing nothing for fear of willfully ignoring Him, who is the real cause and the creator of everything. This concept of tawakkul is, however, fallacious and against the teaching of Quran and Majeed. In the first two verses quoted above, it has been said that the responsibility of providing sustenance to every living creature rests on Allah. But how has it been concluded from them that one will get it in his bed, manager, den, or nest without making any effort for acquiring it? All living beings, whether they are beasts or birds, bipeds, quadruped, or aquatics, themselves search for their livelihood and find their sustenance as promised by Allah. Does it not sound strange that whereas animals have to struggle for their promised livelihood, man, who is the best of all creation, should receive it without making any effort whatsoever? In this context, Quran and Majeed has already indicated, while speaking of the abandoning work to offer Friday prayer, فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. And when the salat prayer is accomplished, go about in the land and seek of the beauty of Allah, bounty of Allah, and remember Allah more frequently so that you may prosper. In the evidence from this verse that man has been enjoined to move about on earth and make effort in search of His provision. Similarly, when he falls sick, it is his duty to seek medical treatment instead of resorting to wishful thinking that he should lay tawakkal upon Allah, who will Himself cure the disease. Tawakkal is no doubt dependence on Allah in all matters, but one should play his part in life and only then leave the result to Allah. Mere dependence on Him without one's own contribution does not make for tawakkal in its real sense. Almighty Allah gave us power to follow these instructions and give us power to lead our lives according to the teaching of Islam in the light of Quran and Sunnah. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.